Hey YouTube, Novastar here again, and today I'm doing a deck profile on an Attack on Titan deck. Now then, this is my preferred build of this particular deck. This deck is really fun, and unless your opponent's playing anti-change cards, this deck can be a real problem for them to play against. It's a really cheap deck to build. I mean, it will cost you between 30 and 50 pounds or quid, GBP, maybe about $60 to build at max. So it's not that of a dear of a deck. So if you're new to the game and you're looking for a budget deck that's really good and competitive, I would recommend this Attack on Titan build. This is, of course, it is the mono blue Titan build, and I'm going to get into it now. So you play for zeros. Okay, for zeros you play 9 copies of the Prediction Titan or whatever it's called. I'm playing 3 of each art just because I like to have alternate arts. This Titan is a 001k, and his first effect states that you can put any number of cards with the same name as this card into your deck. His other ability is this card gets 2k power for each other card in the center stage with the same name as this. So, if you have 3 in the front of the stage, they are all 005Ks, which is pretty easy to do, which is why you play 9, because it is key for your level 0 game, and you oftenly want to open up with at least 2 of these, maybe 3 of these in your hand, so that's why you play 9. Next, I play 2 of these Captured Titan Sweeney, or whatever his name is. He's a 001500. When he comes into When he's placed on stage from hand, you put X cards from the top of your deck to the waiting room. X equals the number of Titan characters you have. So if you have 4 Titans and then you play this, you mill the top 5 cards of your deck. The reason why you play this card is because if there's no blue has no brainstorms. The Titans have no brainstorms, and because it's a mono blue deck, because you want to play all Titans because of other cards effects, he helps mill and he helps speed up your deck refresh. His other ability is you could, when he's put a card from your hand to the waiting room. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your characters, and that character gets 1500 power to the end of your opponent's next turn. So he can make things a little bit more stronger, and all you got to do is discard a card. So again, he's very useful. I think he's very useful. I mean, I would probably play 3 if I had the room to, but I don't. And then lastly, I'm playing 3 of this Towering Threat Titan, this 00500 Titan, which to me is actually like really good. So it's a 00500, and your other character in the middle position of the center stage gets 1000 power. You can pay to rest this card, search deck for up to 1 Titan character, reveal it to your opponent, and put it into your hand. So now being able to search for cards is very useful, which is why this card's handy. Yes, it's a pay to rest to search, but at the end of the day you only really need 4 stocks. Other than that 4 stock, you don't need anything. So once you've got 4 stock, you can just start anything. Once you get to 6, you just pay to rest. You don't really need much more. So that is 14 level zeros, I think. 14 level zeros. On to level 1s. I'm playing 13 level 1s. So I'm playing 2, 4, 5. I am playing 5 of this Invasion Titan. He's a 104k. Again, you can put any number of cards with the same name as this card into your deck. And his other effect is if all your characters are Titan, this character gets 2000 power. So they're 106Ks, which is actually not bad, and I like this card because it does come in handy. I mean, there is alternate arts. I do like alternate arts. So yeah, I'm playing 5 because I need the room for other things, and I was playing 6, but I had to cut some out during testing because I needed to make space for other things. Next, I'm playing 3 Cruel Smile Titan. He's a 117k. This card can't side attack, and he has Encore. put the top card of your deck into your clock. When this card becomes reverted but put into the waiting room, you can encore him. So he has clock encore, which is pretty good. He's a 7k. He's a beat stick. You don't play 4 of him because, again, you need room for other things, in my opinion. Next, I'm playing 3 of these 1/1 2k overwhelming power female Titan. It's a 1/1 1500 backup, and then when this card's used as a backup, if the number of Titan characters you have is 3 or more, choose one of your characters in battle. That character gets 1500 power till the end of the turn. So if you've got 3 or more of a Titan, she's a 1/1 3k backup, which isn't that bad. She's the only backup that you have access to in the Titan build, so you have to play her. I'm playing 3 because when you have, if they manage to hit over, it basically means when you get your full combo going with the full field, they have to hit over 17k to be able to do anything, and this makes them have to hit over 20. Just because if you've got this in your hand and they're hitting, say, 18, 19, then they're still not going to kill it, whereas if they hit over 20, it's harder to get over 20, and it makes it more of a threat. And lastly, for my level 1, I'm playing 2 of these 1/0 Forest of Giant Trees event. This card is, you search your deck for 2 Titan characters, reveal them to your opponent, put into your hand, choose 1 card in your hand and put it into your waiting room, shuffle your deck afterwards. Then you put this card into your clock. So this card goes to the clock. You get to search for any 2 card Titans that you need from your deck, and then this card obviously goes to the clock, and you ditch card. So it hand fixes, it helps you level up to 2 quicker, which you ideally want to be level 2 sooner rather than later. On to level 2s, I'm playing 8 level 2s. I am playing 3 of this 2/1 9/5 Broken Wall Colossal Titan. Then this card has 4 effects. Its first effect is, if you do not have any other enormous structure Colossal Titan, this card cannot attack. If this card is in the right position of your center stage, all your other enormous structure Colossal Titans and threat to humanity Colossal Titan get 1000 power. When this card attacks, if a card name and in 850 is in your climax zone, you may draw a card. When another of your enormous structure content is put into the waiting room from stage, put this card into the waiting room. Now then, this card is pretty good because obviously this is a part of your combo. This is known as the Exodia of Weiss. This card is a piece of the Exodia, so I'm going to leave him to the side up there because I'll explain more about him later. Next, we are playing 3 of this 2/1 9/5 Threat to Humanity Colossal Titan. Now then, he has also 4 effects. If you do not have any other enormous structure Colossal Titan, this card can't attack. If this card is in the left position of your center stage, all your enormous structure Colossal Titans and Broken Wall Colossal Titans get 1000 power. So again, if you've got this on the left and this on the right, right and left, they give each other 1000 power, so they're both going to be on 10/5 and the other one will be on 12. This has a climax combo with the put a card from your hand into your room. When this card attacks, if you have a card name and in 8,500 even is in your climax area, you may pay the cost. If you do, all your Titan characters get 3,500 power even until the end of the turn. And again, when another of your enormous Colossal Titans is put into the waiting room from stage, put this card into the waiting room. So again, I'll put them up there because you'll need them later on. And then lastly, I'm playing 2 high intelligence female Titans. She's a 2/1 5k. She has 3 abilities as well. All your other Titan characters get 1000 power. So it's a global 1000, which is quite useful. The second ability is, Pay 3, put 2 cards from your hand into your waiting room. When a climax is placed on your climax area, you may pay the cost. If you do, deal 5 damage to your opponent. This damage may be cancelled. So whenever you play a climax, you can burn them for 5 damage, which is quite pressuring. Because if they don't have many climaxes left in the deck, you are either going to hit their climax or deal them 5 damage. This can end the game on its own. And her other ability is you can rest this card, choose another of your Titan characters, and it gets 1000 power till the end of the turn. On to the level 3s, the main level 3. We play 4 of this 3/2 10k enormous structure Colossal Titan, which is what combos with this and this. So, his first effect, if you have a card named Threat to Humanity Colossal Titan and Broken Wall Colossal Titan, this card gets -1 level in hand. So, this is why you need 4 stock for level 2, because you can play this on the right, this on the left, this on the right, and then you can pay 2 to drop this at level 2, and this is basically immortalized. His second ability is during your opponent's turn, if this card is in the center stage and is not reversed, all your other threat, basically this and this, so the Threat to Humanity Colossal Titan and Broken Wall Colossal Titan get the following ability. This card cannot become reversed. And then his third effect is put a card name and in 850 from your climax area into your waiting room at the beginning of your encore step. You may pay the cost. If you do, return the top card of your clock to your hand, and this card gets 3000 power to the end of your opponent's turn. So, with just these 3 alone, he sits on 12k, and then if you blow up the climax, he sits on 15k during your opponent's turn, which is, then these can't die because of this guy. So the only way to kill these is on my turn. If I attack with them, you can back yours up strong enough to reverse mine, or on your turn is if you kill this, put this into the waiting room, the others 2 die, or bounce this to my hand with spin trigger. Basically, get rid of it whichever way you can. I mean, that's why anti-change is very much needed for this, going against this deck, because if this is on the field at level 2, you need to get rid of it as soon as you can, because otherwise it's just going to gain them so much advantage. And with the backups and with the assists and that, this will sit on 17k during their turn. With a 3k backup in hand, it's 20k. And next, for the last level 3, I'm only playing 7 level 3s. I'm playing 3 of Plan of Capture Female Titan. She is a 3/2 10k, and this character gets the character facing this gets -1. So when this card attack, if the whatever the climax is called, I can't read it from right now, in your climax area and all your characters are Titans, draw a card, and this card gets the following ability until the end of your opponent's next turn. The character facing this gets -1. So if you play the climax combo during your opponent's turn, the character facing it is -2 soul. And the other ability is put a Titan character from your hand into the waiting room. When this card is being frontal attack, you may pay the cost. If you do, this character gets 2/5 power until the end of the turn. It's sort of your backup if you run out of the Colossal Titan. And obviously for climaxes there is only 2 choices, so I'm playing 4 of and in 850 ... which has the pants trigger, so when you trigger it you can add a climax from your waiting room to your hand. And the other climax that I'm playing is I'm playing 4 of the book, which also combos with the other level 3, which is when you trigger it you draw a card. So this is my Titan deck that I've been playing with. It's really fun to play. If your opponent isn't playing anti-change cards or spin triggers, it is extremely hard for them to get over this deck. 9 times out of 10 your opponent can't get over it, and they end up stressing out or panicking because your soul got such a high power down, and it causes a lot of pressure on them. And they can, if they don't have anti-change, or if they can't, if they can get over your 17k to 20k, they can basically lose a lot of hand advantage, and it uses up a lot of resources to do so. And I've just knocked the camera, apologies. So this deck is a very pressuring deck, it's a very fun deck to play, and it is very cheap. Thank you guys for watching, and subscribe to the channel if you're new for more deck profiles on Weiss Schwarz. I haven't done any Vanguard in a while, so I'll probably do a Vanguard deck profile at some point. And I think I'm going to do a Pokemon deck profile, because I play Pokemon as well now, so I'll probably put my deck on here just because I can. I mean, this channel is still more Weiss based. Weiss Schwarz is always going to be my main card game, and obviously in the future I'm planning to build an Log Horizon, and after that I don't know, see what sets are announced. So thank you guys for watching, stay tuned for more, and I will be back with my core deck profile, so stay tuned for that one. Thank you for watching. Bye.